Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I've got about 70 hours into the game now. I've got plenty of experience, and I want to give you my 5 tips, my top tips, my girthy tips to make you, me giving you advice, probably a bad idea, but listen anyway. My 5 top tips to help you with the new FM. So these are, a couple of them are sort of relative to more just general Football Manager, but a couple of them are very specific to this Football Manager and things that will actually help you. So let's get into it. 5. Now, the first one for me it's quite hard to tell you really, because it's something that I've been a staunch advocate of never having a goalkeeper on the bench in FM, because they never get injured and you're just a big baby. You're just wasting a good spot on the bench for somebody else by putting a goalkeeper on the bench. In this FM, put a goalkeeper on the bench. There is many more injuries, maybe too many injuries. We haven't all played enough to really see if that's the case. I've had 3 injuries to goalkeepers during the match and a couple of outside of the match. There's new injuries. My goalkeeper had wrist ligaments and he was out for a few weeks. Unless you're in a league where I'm slow in one of my saves, we only get 5 subs. So because it's so few subs, I'm still not using a goalkeeper. 7 or 9, just put a goalkeeper on the bench. They will and do get injured. So it's time for me, because I hate having a goalkeeper, it's time for me to give in and put a goalkeeper on the bench like a proper adult. 4. My second tip with the new set pieces is to have multiple set pieces. Now, I'm not sure how good the AI, I don't even know if they do. I don't know if they essentially are, you're always going near post, so when we play you, we're going to put more players on the near post to defend against the thing you always do. I don't really know if the AI does that, but it's not really why I use different ones. So you've got your standard selection of attacking corners to do, and I've tested near post, far post, centre, and now I'm doing a lot of short and edge of areas at the moment. But the reason I suggest you guys do this is because when a new FM game comes out, especially with sort of changes to the set pieces, we're still all trying to work out which ones work. And even if you find out that actually you think near post is the best way to go, that's where you're getting your most goals. That's what I found so far still, probably. It's always a good idea to have a second routine, and even a third routine if you're feeling fruity, just to try something out. Because obviously the good thing is you can say, this is my normal one, so let's always do this. But I'm trying this one out, a little bit of testing, and it only uses it like 20% of the time, so 1 in 5. So you still get a chance to see that in action and see if it works for you. And it's also just more fun, right? If every time you set up for a corner and you're just going, well, here comes that near post cross. Oh, did we win the header or didn't we win the header? It's more fun just to see different routines. I think the short corners are working quite well as well in this FM. I'm trying the edge of the box, and we've had a couple of good chances by having 3 on the outside. It comes out to him and he lays it across, and we've had a couple of chances. But for testing purposes especially, just have fun. Just have more than one set piece. Trust me. 3. So the third one is a big one but I don't think anybody is going to be upset or argue with me about it. On the staff responsibilities, if you scroll down to training, and where it says Leeds General Training, if you just click this button here and say delegate, and then just fucking move on with your life, because it's not worth it. That's going to annoy some people. 2. So number 4 is a tactics and new, very much this is for FM24, with all the roles moving about and swapping positions and stuff. I want to show you something here. So let's go for this tactic. Doesn't really matter what tactic it is. I just need a base. That'll do. Let's say you decide that you want to play a 4-3-3. So the way the game works, FM24 specifically, is that it works, think of it as the rule of 3s. Now, if you have, for any reason, three strikers, or 3 number 10s, or 3 central midfielders, or 3 defensive midfielders, or 3 centre-backs, so the middle spine of your team, nobody else can get involved in that. Nobody else can join in. So let's say, well, this works for instance. We've got 3 central midfielders and we've got this inverted wing-back. He will never join in with these. 3 is the max that he can do. So if you've got a player in midfield pushing into the striking positions, he just won't, because there's 3 strikers. That's like the max limitation, because it gets too crowded. It's like coded into the game that the max is 3 in the spine of your team. So it won't come up too much because most people don't have 3s across this, but it might be a 3 at the back and other roles. So just be wary of that. That's a thing for this FM. 1. And finally, this tip sort of crosses over from FM23 a little bit, but also is just vitally important in FM24. And that is when you're trying to sign players, always talk to the agent first. Quite a lot of the time, if I knew I wanted a player, I'd just go in for them. But what you want to do is you want to talk to the agent first, always. Not only do you gauge interest, let's say we're very interested here, and we can see he's extremely keen. That in itself is actually helpful, because you kind of know that they might not, if they're keen to join you, they're less likely to ask for extravagant, crazy wages. They're like, I don't want to join you, but if you pay me 300 grand a week, I'll probably join you. And obviously you get a little bit more of a closer valuation of what it's going to cost to make them join. And it's always nice to sign players that want to join you. But most importantly, and I do this with every signing I make because it doesn't really upset anyone, is that when you get their wage demands, I always say, well, he's asking for too much. So he wants 85 to 105. Bosh. I've just got him cheaper for a couple of clicks. At no point, even if they come back and say, no, he's not going to drop his wage demands, it doesn't affect anything. It doesn't affect relationships or anything. You're just like, cool. It works 50% of the time, and you get less wages spent on players. Even if it's players that are cheap wages, you can still ask for them to be less. Less is good. More money for you. Simple. But just make sure you get it into the habit of always doing that now. Obviously, at lower leagues, a lot of the players won't even have agents, so you can't do that. But when they do, that's still really, really useful, because wages are even more important, right? At that level, you're like desperately trying to save every penny. So just get into the habit of that. To be honest, this tip is more for me than I'm like, remember to do this. So I'll make a video and then I'll remember to do it. Maybe. To be honest, I've still forgot to put goalkeepers on the bench because I've not done it for like 10 years. So maybe it doesn't work. But there you go. They're my top 5 tips. If you've played the beta for or early access for a bunch of hours now. If you want to leave your girthiest tip in the comments below for people to check out, for whether you're new to FM in general or you're like new, obviously FM24 is new for everybody, so it can be related to either the broader FM or FM24. But let us know in the comments so people can feed off that and enjoy more tips than my rubbishing, because, you know, I'm famously not very good at this game, so my tips videos will be limited. But if you want to see more videos, if you want any video ideas or stuff that you think I should make, leave it in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new. Go check out my Brighton save. It's going great. This tactic is a thing, isn't it? It's a thing that exists. Right, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.